the Los Angeles Memorial Sports Arena, as Jim just stated, awaiting the start of a light flyweight bout between two very good and skilled fighters. Right there you see Rafael Ramos of Puerto Rico. An important man to watch because it was Ramos who won the gold in the Pan Am Games in 1983 with a hotly disputed decision over Paul Gonzalez of the United States, whom you'll be seeing live in action shortly. His opponent is Salvatore Тодиско of Italy. And the interesting thing is this is the 276th bout we have watched in this boxing competition, is that going into this morning's quarterfinal action, Puerto Rico had 11 contestants in the beginning, but going into this morning's action, 4 still remain. While Italy, with a contingent that is so good that I've told you about, Italy started with 7 fighters, and they came into the quarterfinals this morning with 5 still alive. So, the light flyweights, Тодиско against Ramos. And it figures to be a very interesting bout because revenge is the motive when and if Gonzalez gets to meet Ramos again. And he has bluntly talked to me about it, Gonzalez has. Now, Ramos is 19 years of age. He has a reach of 61 inches. He is a student, and Тодisко is 22 years of age with a reach of 63 3/4 inches, so he has a slight reach edge. He is unemployed, Тодisко is, and there is Salvatore. His record reportedly 38 victories, 9 defeats, while Ramos reportedly 95 victories, 9 defeats, 30 of those victories by KO. And that is the tale of the tape, and the one differential really that matters, apart from the 3 years in age that Тодisco has, is the 2-inch plus reach edge that I mentioned. There is the referee. He is Dong Jin Han of Korea, and the judges are from Colombia, Indonesia, Uganda, New Zealand, and Chinese Taipei. Judges scoring a 20-point must system at ringside. There are 5 judges for every fight and 5 jurors. The jurors review every 3-2 decision, whichever way that decision goes. That's what occasioned some controversy today with the Korean delegation after a fight lost to Jerry Page in the light welterweight classification. Here the action begins. Ramos, whom we have seen often, a very skilled boxer. But everybody on this Italian team has proven himself, even those who lost, to be fine, fine boxers. Ramos in there and out. Тодisко seeking to score with the speed jab, but Ramos is very good. He's a very quick-handed fighter, very good at beating the opponent to the punch. A good right lead scored there. Caution from the Korean referee. First round action. Olympics thus far, Ramos has won on a walkover and then beat Jesus Herrera of the Dominican Republic, a split decision. Ramos was not up for that fight the way I've seen him in others. Тодisco won an easy victory over Gerard Hawkins of Ireland. He also had a first round bye. Look at the steady movement on the part of Ramos. He is a fleet-footed fighter and a quick-handed puncher. Steady movement, greenly to the left, off and two, reverting the side to side. Lateral movement. Good shot. Sent Ramos against the ropes. A good left by Todisco. Counting down, as you can see, toward the end of the round. But Ramos scoring steadily, throwing far more punches in terms of numbers, and scoring very well indeed. So we come to the end of the first round, and we'll be back. Howard Cosell back live at the boxing venue. Round two, as you saw, domination in a boxing sense by Rafael Ramos of Puerto Rico in round one against Salvatore Тодиско. Disco landed one telling blow, but that's only worth a jab, and Ramos landed so many jabs you couldn't count them. Very expressive man in Todisco's corner. I don't have a clue to what he said, but he was expressive. I'll tell you that. Here in the second round, the pace begins exactly as Ramos began it in the first round. His pattern self-evident. Keeps those fists moving, doesn't he? When they're close inside together in the infighting. Disco seeking to become aggressive, but not scoring cleanly. Ramos, the skilled boxer. One thing you can say about both fighters, the contrast in speed between these lower weight fighters and the super heavyweights whom you'll see tomorrow is just amazing. More than halfway through round two, and Ramos never stops. Moving, moving, moving. Good right lead, and then he followed it with a left and doubled on the left, Ramos did. Caution for hitting behind the head by the referee from Korea, Dong Jin Han. And the caution to Todisco. So again, how Ramos gets in there, beats Todisco to the punch, and then gets out of it. In that exchange, while Todisco landed once, maybe even twice, Ramos got in 5 or 6. And we're in the final 30 seconds of the round. This kid can box. He's hard to tag. And so, as we approach the end of the round, Ramos appears safely in charge. We'll be back. Back live at the boxing venue, third and final round. Rafael Ramos of Puerto Rico going against Salvatore Тодisco of Italy. As good as Ramos has been, the gentleman in Todisco's corner may be better. One of the most expressive men I have ever seen, should be in motion pictures. I still don't have a clue to what he was saying, except I could tell he was telling Todisco he was in deep trouble. And so he is. Ramos hasn't stopped his movement for an instant. Look at those hands. You saw that series of combinations landing against Todisco and then out of there. Moving beautifully. That's what boxing's all about. Amateur level or professional level. minute into this final round. As far as I'm concerned, Todisco landed only one blow, clean, direct, swift, killing blow that sent Ramos swinging back into the ropes, but he recovered immediately. All right, more than half the round over. Ramos, absolutely outstanding from the opening bell. Into the final minute now we go. Well, Todisco scored. 45 seconds left and counting down, and Ramos continues that movement. Steadily to the left in the main, though sometimes side to side. See, a lot of attempted blows by Todisco, but they are not landing. And the time left very little. If Gonzalez gets to him, gets that far, he'll have a tough go with Ramos. You can be sure of that. That's the kind of competition we're having in the boxing arena. And the fight is over. And so, as the electronic tone sounds, we go to the corner with Todisco, and we'll be back with the